Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Oxygen Not Included with me, Murphy. We are just quickly going to do a quick rundown of some of the new things that we've got in this new update, and we can start with this printing pod. So we've seen it previously on other videos where this will build up as a dupe is available. So hopefully we might get a chance to see that get into full in this episode, but if not, you don't worry, you'll see it on others coming shortly. With that printing pod, we have got 4 new dupes. I think it's Ara, Jean, Camilla, and Ashcan. I don't believe I've got any of those dupes in here at the moment. Let me just quickly check, otherwise I am in trouble. Nope, I haven't. I've got all the normal ones in there. So we'll come across that in a bit later on. Also, you'll be pleased to see we've got some more artwork. These are all new masterpieces. However, I've not seen anything new for the mediocres. So hopefully something will come up with that. And you can see there our shine bug doing its job, which is grand. Which is one of the new little critters. As we scroll over, you'll quickly see that the toilets have taken a growth pill, and they have jumped up another block, so they're now 3 tall, which kind of coincides with the new wash basins, which are can be bio. They can go both directions. Hang on. There we go. Direction left and right. Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can go either directions. So basically, what you want to do is have them set so once your dupe has been to the loo, they go here first, and then sorry, I rephrase that. Once they've been to the loo, they go and wash their hands and hopefully stop the spread of germs before they start spreading it everywhere else. And let's just have a quick zoom in on this wash basin here. You can see how we have got clean water on the right hand side and we have got dirty water on the left. Now what that means is every time the dupes need to wash their hands, a bit of clean water gets turned into dirty water, which means they've got to run water to them from somewhere, and that somewhere is from this new liquid bottler. So instead of your dupes going around pinching water from every place that you don't want them to, now you have to specify where that water comes from, which in one sense is really good. But in another sense, if you've got water running through your base and you kind of want to use up some water for other devices, so whether it's a research station or these wash basins, they won't go and pinch it. But also on the same means, if you're kind of using the little glitch that was on the last update, where you could actually have gas pumping out into an area with a little bit of water in there to stop it from getting to overpressure, then you know what, they won't pinch that water either. So it's one of those things. Some things are good, some things are bad. But these wash basins, after they have finished or used up all the water, the dupe will drop out and empty dirty water. Now this is a bit that really confuses me. You can have water bottles all over the place. However, you've got oh dear, we've got someone who's ill. However, that let me just slow it down. Actually, it's on pause. It's fine. You can have water in a bottle, but it won't evaporate. But you can have polluted water, which will evaporate and give off polluted oxygen. That doesn't make sense, especially when it's sealed. So what happens with those polluted waters? Well, basically you have got a bottle emptier. So here you can specify what water it is. I think on the some of the streams with the developers, they were going to say this was one where you could turn it around. However, it's stuck in here as a single directional, which is a bit of a shame. But basically that dirty water will then get put in a bottle and it will drip out. So looking at what else we've got, you can probably see the new machines and the new mushrooms, which is hey, great. Statues, mediocre statues. There's nothing new there so far, but I'm hoping that there will be some additional sculptures that we can actually see in future episodes. As far as what we're looking at here, you may have think, oh, actually, we've had medi beds before, we've had rejuvenators before, but do you know what? Before we didn't have a range. So we have this little tiles going all the way around here, which basically means you have to have a toilet and food within range of that rejuvenator or that medibed to work, which is a pain, to say the least, especially when there's no mention of that. Let's go to the medicine in either of these, so there's nothing to say that you have to have anything that close to it at all. So you go and plonk it down somewhere and then it says, oh, I don't want to work, and it doesn't. Anyway, that's all said and done. Let's have a look at the new Dusk Cap mushrooms. At the moment we've got a few growing in this lovely dark carbon dioxide filled area, because that's what they love. So if I scroll out, we can find, oh, there we go, one just popped into life at the top here, and we've got a few different stages of these Dusk Cap mushrooms, which I think the artwork on these are really good. I love the final the size of the actual mushroom. So once it's fully grown, I think it looks really, really good. Same here. I think that just looks absolutely brilliant. Anyway, so that's that. What else have we got? Okay, so we've seen our little Ellie. She's not well, and that's because she has got something called slime lung, I think it was. Let me just go to the there we go. She's got, there you go, slime lung. So it basically, the duplicant's chest congests, making it difficult to breathe, and breathing changes to -1%, athletics down by 3, and productive coughing, death in 10 cycles. Now, receive aid, duration remaining 2.6 cycles. Fatal if untreated in 9.8. So that's something you really got to keep an eye on. So let's just have a look at the disease overlay. So at the moment we have got our yellow, which is food poisoning from the 3 sources, which are the toilets. And then we have slime lung, which the primary source of that is slime. Okay, so slime lung is, as it says, from slime, and it hits the lung, which means it's an airborne disease or germs. So dupes get it from breathing in contaminated air, whereas the food poisoning is a contact poison germ, which means it needs to be in contact with things. So as you can see there, we have got food poisoning all over the base. We have a new disinfectant where we can actually go, right, do you know what, let's just disinfect everything and hope that we can actually control it. Now, one of the new things with the priority mapping, because we have now assigned a job to be done with each of those areas which have been affected by the germs, and because they're going to go and clean it, we can actually associate a activity level or priority level to it. So the dupes will go around spraying the green gas all over it to try and kill off the germs. So that is something interesting to watch. Now, we just saw a little emoji over Ren there. Now, one of the things I never noticed previously, but I noticed with this episode recording, was when the dupes will actually eat a food quality below what they really want, they get a sad emoji, which is quite interesting. Now, let's have a look here. What's going on with Ellie? Is Ellie actually getting any better? Let's have a look. No, I don't want. I want Ellie. No, I want Ellie. Come on. Oh, sorry, I had it then. No, there we go. Right, so okay, 2.4 cycles. We'll leave her to it for the time being. Right, so what else have we got in this to make it more interesting? Well, we've got ruins. So we have these natural vacillators. You can use these once, and what they'll actually do is they'll give the dupes additional attributes. So we gave, who did we give it to? It was Ada, wasn't it? Right, so Ada got given, she had diver's lungs to start with, and she was given deeper diving lungs. So that, I think, is an absolute bonus. But you can only use it once. There's no way to recharge it. Maybe in the future, with future updates, they might actually come up with something else. So what else have we got? We have got a few other devices which I think are brilliant. I think, first of all, this thermal ackle tuner was well and truly taken a long time coming, basically. So this will actually cool your water. So you put your hot water in and it will cool it, and a bit like the heat exchange from the gas cooling systems on, let's go to it. So that's, where is it? Ventilation. There we go. The thermal regulators. So that will give off the heat taken from the gas, and this will give off the heat in the surrounding areas taken from the water. It's all well and good. So we have this ore scrubber. Same as the base wash basins, it's biodirectional, which means that the dupes can put things in it as they go past. Now, the interesting thing is this will actually use gas. So this actually uses, does it say in it? Yes, supply of chlorine gas. So we finally have a use of our chlorine gas. We can pump it into this scrubber and they will clean the germs that are in there. Now, to me, that seems to be a lot of micromanaging. And with germs can happily be within your base for a long time without causing problems. So I'm not entirely sure how good that will be, because you have to plumb it in and then wait for the dupe to actually do something. When, do you know what, if they build something that's got contaminated with germs, you can go and disinfect it, and it might be quicker, it might be slower. I don't know. That's something we need to wait and see. But so far with this base, when I first started building it, yes, I had a little problem with germs getting out, and I've disabled these buildings, actually. That's why. Let me enable them. I disabled these buildings so that it would actually encourage the dupes to spread the germs, so we can actually see a bit better of how those germs spread. Because I think that's a really useful way with children to help them understand the need to wash their hands after going to the loo. And you know what, so many people and adults still don't do that, and it's disgusting. Anyway, that's another story. Right, okay, so what else have we got? We have got the new farming overlay. Now, there's been some speculation of, well, do you know what, what's the point of this? But I actually really like it. Now, with the plants, we've probably actually already seen. Let me just go back to these dust cap mushrooms that we've got down here. So they have got the temperature, which we had previously. We've got the air pressure, which we had previously. But now we've got an atmosphere that they need to have. So these guys like carbon dioxide, and illumination tab, where these guys like darkness. And with these specific new plants, they like slime. But if we go up to a mealwood plant, so what do we need on that? Well, we can have oxygen, polluted oxygen, or carbon dioxide. I don't care. They'll survive in anything. They just need the right air pressure and body temperature. They don't even need light. So, and I think the bristle blossoms, they're the same, but they need light. So that's a new thing on here. So it's going to be interesting to play properly. Now, what else have we got to show you? You may notice looking around that there's actually not that many ice biomes. And that's basically the new setup. There's not going to be as many of those in this game. It was something I was quite surprised at. And because I really liked my ice biomes, because it was a great way, first of all, to cool water down, because I'd just pump it in there and let it sit there for ages. But secondly, the sleep wheat were a great food source. And now we're having to start all over again. Now I believe that these dust caps are probably the best food to grow at this moment in time, because predominantly once they actually get harvested, they generally give off a something you can plant, a seed or whatever it's called. Let me see if I can find one. Let's just click on one of these. No, it's not one of that. It's seeds, isn't it? That's what I wanted. So fungal spores they're called. So they generally give off a fungal spore after they have been harvested. So that's altitude atmosphere. We'll come back to it. One thing that made me smile was this thing. This is a carbon dioxide in a bottle. Lovely and black. I just love it. Let's just empty that building. Come on. Oh no, they have to come and empty it. Oh, okay. Gone are the days where you could just empty the bottle and it would just... Okay, lovely. Okay, he's gone. That was interesting. Yeah, so gone are the days where you can just empty something on the floor and it will disappear. So that's all that's new so far. We'll be starting a new Let's Play very shortly. We'll keep an eye on the Twitter page for information on that. But also, because they've done some new updates to the debug mode, we're going to start playing around with that and see what we can do with that. If you're not sure where it is, have a look at Brothgar's videos. He works predominantly in that in the last few series that he's released, and I think it's time that we delve into that ourselves and basically see what we can do. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, that's Murphy out.